This typhoon short summary is the last one of the of ever. No, just of the typhoons of the 1964 typhoon season. Unless I make one on Ruby, I might just do that, but in succession and of all the notables I talked about in the debrief of that season, this is the last one. This is Super Typhoon Opal, also known as Naning in the Philippines. Opal would first form, or indications suggest it first formed on December 8th. Reconnaissance saw Opal as a typhoon on December 9th, and at this point it had an eye 40 kilometers wide. Between December 10th and December 12th, Opal would trek between Palu and Yap Islands with winds of a staggering 160 miles per hour. Opal would reach her peak of 195 miles per hour, a pressure of 900 millibars on December 12th, and have a wind field a staggering 2.3 kil- 2,300 kilometers across. Opal would landfall upon Luzon at Category 1 equivalents, then take a sharp northward turn and dissipate on December 16th. As you can expect from a typhoon hitting land, some impacts were done. Who could have guessed? Not me. I've never done this before. Hurricane caused impacts? No way. In the capital of Manila, schools and offices were forced to close from the rains. I do not know exactly just how much in terms of total rain amount this was, but from that, it would have definitely been a fair bit. The British freighter Union Pacific was driven ashore from Opal. Damage in total is estimated to be around 25 million US dollars. As you can imagine, rice crop fields were pretty heavily damaged. Opal would derail multiple trains, leave thousands upon thousands homeless, and cause roughly 26 deaths. Um, Unfortunately, I do not have all that much info on the impacts of Opal. What we do know is that Opal is one of only 5 Category 5 equivalents of the 64 typhoon season. Covered 2 already, Louise Marge and Sally. Another one is Cora, which I did not cover. And I'm forgetting one. Again, I forget which one that was. Opal is the second most intense typhoon of the season, not only in terms of wind speed being matched by Sally, but in terms of pressure as well, with that very low 900. Opal is also one of the very few typhoons that reached a wind speed of 195 miles per hour. Specifically, typhoons, some hurricanes, so those in the East Pacific and West Atlantic have reached close to this. In fact, I don't know if any Atlantic hurricane has reached this. I'll need to do some research on that. And I could not tell you if any storms in the Indian Oceans have reached 195. What I do know is that the West Pacific produces very powerful storms, and this is one of the very few that reached such a staggering high wind speed. That is all that I have for Opal here, folks. Unfortunately, a short one to end off the 64 season. And in fact, Opal would be the very last typhoon of the 64 season. Um, Winnie was the first notable of the season, but not the very first storm, not the very first one. Um, and this is also a very, very light storm in December. Not very many storms form in December, and a little known fact is that the typhoon season technically goes year round from start to end. However, because certain conditions are obviously needed to produce tropical storms, this season kind of self-limits itself, which is good. That's good. Good stuff. But that is all that I have for Opal here, folks. I hope you all learned something and enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Thank you so much for watching.